Kneecap, a balaclava-clad band allegedly glorifying drugs and the Irish Republican Army, has pocketed £14,000 of your money by using the Equality Act. Meanwhile, British soldiers who risk their lives for this country are dragged through endless legal hell. The men who actually defended us during, it could be the Troubles, in Iraq, Afghanistan, they're seen to be hounded decades later under the European Convention on Human Rights. And while those who mock their sacrifice appear to actually get state handouts, there was an SAS soldier reportedly stuck in a 20-year legal limbo for his role in eliminating armed IRA operatives allegedly plotting mass murder. Now, instead of commendations for that he's actually been a really quite valuable asset to the British state, he's faced endless inquests thanks to the ECHR laws that retroactively question decisions made in split seconds under fire. Could you do it? I certainly couldn't. Is this justice? I don't think so. Meanwhile, this Kneecap band, who've got them on screen now for our radio listeners, in their balaclavas, they're said to glamorise republicanism and drug culture while producing anti-union propaganda. Now, they've been accused of promoting messages hostile to Britain, yet Labour have seen fit to hand them £14,000 of your money, reversing Kemi Badenoch's decision as Business Secretary to block the grant. And that's despite Kneecap already receiving a glitzy Amazon Prime film. Why the hell do they need public funding to help them export around the world? This isn't just hypocrisy. I think it's a betrayal of veterans who sacrificed everything. A state that appears to hound its heroes while bankrolling those who allegedly undermine them isn't just broken, it's utterly treacherous and supine. Where's the justice? Where's the loyalty to those who actually protected Britain? Labour's priorities are clear to me. Appease Britain's critics, betray Britain's defenders. Now, I won't be watching this Amazon Prime film, but I mean, Renee, are you happy for £14,000 of your money to be going to them?
Darren.
The Labour Party just said, oh,
do you remember I said to you by text earlier on in the week that I woke up and I felt that there was somebody who had control of my bank account and they were spending my money on things I didn't agree with and I had no choice. That's what I feel like is now happening in this world. My money is going on things that I would never, ever sanction, and this is one of them. I
mean, Alex, that glorification of that era, it's very triggering. There are viewers that watch this show from Northern Ireland and it'll be very triggering for them to see people in balaclavas glorifying what happened. Now, to me, the taxpayer should not be involved in said glorification. And if you've got an Amazon, you know how big Amazon is. Yeah. You don't need more taxpayer money if you've got that kind of PR machine behind you.
No, you're absolutely right. There's enough money out there to support these people and support their groups. They should be able to make the money through capitalism, through selling what they do. If they're successful, then the state shouldn't have to intervene. But obviously they're not. And what's shocking about this is the state is propping up people that hate us. They hate our way of life. They hate the union. Why do we give people, and this Labour government seems to be intent on destroying any reputation we have left. Look at the Chagos Islands. This is another prime example. It is intent on destroying Britain's reputation. It seems intent on breaking up the union and giving away now hard-earned taxpayer money.
I'm worried about the next generation actually watching these people.
Of course, it's going to get into their psyche.
Nikki, Grumpy Grandad, and I've just mentioned Grumpy Grandad, so I'm going to get in trouble. But
is that a new listener?
Says, no, yes, he's new to the channel. He says, as an ex-soldier who served in the Troubles, I find it extremely worrying that you could be dragged through the courts for doing your duty. Do you have sympathy with that argument?
I do. I mean, the issue here isn't it about controlling dissent? Because that's how I see it, quite cynically. It's a way of keeping an eye on people that are speaking ill about this particular period of history. I mean, look, the Sex Pistols were very rude to the Queen, and we didn't ban them or get rid of them. But we probably didn't give them any taxpayer money. Yes, I understand that. But what I would say is, I mean, it's a bit like me being on this panel, isn't it? You know, controlling dissent and all that.
Yeah, well,
you've got to know where they are.
We can't control you, Peg. Will, there are two questions there. One, the lawfare argument. They utilised the ECHR. They said it was a breach of their rights, and the Equality Act, their politics being protected characteristics, as in nationalism being a protected characteristic. They're using this laws that the Tories have made to actually get money from the taxpayer. I find it extraordinary. Well, and we'll have paid their cost, by the way, so it'll be more than 14 grand.
That uncomfortable line the laws that the Tories have made. And there are now so many, unfortunately, and this is where, Nikki will no doubt say this, there are so many areas where the Tories are going to have such a tough time having credibility from the ECHR to immigration to economics, because it's so easy for Starmer to say, well, you guys did it first. And this is another one where my conservative or libertarian heart breaks, because that goes against every libertarian principle in my body, and that was abrogated by that previous Conservative government. So really, really
Yeah,
sad.
they don't have a leg to stand on, the Tories. They don't have a leg, and no one's going to forget this in 4 years.
It though, Alex.
Yeah, she did, fair enough. But there's a litany of other things that they've done that obviously they didn't do a very good job
Kemi
of.
blocked it. She was willing to go to court over it, and then the Labour Party got in straight away and said, we're going to pass it because we...
Repeal the law. If Kemi really wanted to stop this, she'd repeal the law.
But isn't this just another freedom of speech issue?
No.
Well, yes, but not on the taxpayer buck.
Yeah, this is the thing. We need to completely reorient how we think about the relationship between the state and between people. And we need to stop just giving away money for every minor thing that may come across the desk.
Thank you very much to the panel there.
My friends, if you're still watching, thank you very much. And I've got a request for you. Thanks to viewers like you, Recent UK, we're on a roll. We're standing up to the woke brigade and championing British pride, especially for the next generation. We're one of the only voices out there that are actually targeting young Brits, seeking to wake them up from this lefty fog and reminding them of what it means to be British. And here's the deal. I want us to go further than that. I want to see Reasoned take on the mainstream left-wing media, a dominant culture here in Britain. We're aiming to expand with more presenters, with hard-hitting documentaries, with live events, with crash courses, the lot. But for that, we need you. We're picking one day to fundraise for this next level project, and that's where you at home come in. We're asking if you'd sign up to share our fundraiser link with your friends and networks on the big day itself. It's a small ask with the potential for a massive impact. Plus, the top fundraisers, you'll bag yourself exclusive goodies and a chance to meet some very special guests, VIPs. More importantly, you'll be standing with us, rallying young Brits to the values that make this country great, as much as the left try and destroy it. So if you're in, click the Google form in the description below, drop in your details, and I'll be in touch. Cheers very much. Let's make it happen together.